As I was about to shut down the machine at the end of my shift, the hatch suddenly jammed. To avoid getting chewed out by my supervisor and having my pay docked, I broke protocol and squeezed myself inside. I had no idea this decision would completely change my fate. The moment I moved the tray aside, the hatch automatically sealed shut.
No, 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 stop, no, no. Hey, hey, hey.
I don't know how long it was before the program finished running and the hatch reopened. A robot dragged my barely breathing body out. Though I survived, I'd been exposed to lethal radiation. The doctor told me my organs would fail and I'd be dead in 5 days. My wealthy boss was disgusted that I'd dirtied his sheets. He only gave me 5 days worth of painkillers and told me to get the hell out of his factory. I took note of his cold-bloodedness. He was going to pay for this. I stumbled back to the slums. I knew my only shot at survival was getting to Elysium and using a medbay for treatment. With my buddy Spider accompanying me, I tracked down Julio, a top-tier hacker. He could forge legitimate Elysium citizenship and smuggle people onto the space station. But his services were expensive, and I was flat broke. I proposed he front me the cost and I'd work off the debt when I got back. Julio laughed in my face, but when he learned I only had 5 days to live, his attitude immediately shifted. He could get me on a shuttle for free, on one condition. I had to help him pull off something dangerous. I had no choice but to agree. Julio laid out the terms. Hijack some rich guy visiting Earth on business, extract the data from his brain, crack his bank passwords, and score the fortune. I already had someone in mind, that wealthy boss of mine, but my body was too weak. I could barely stay on my feet. Julio pulled out a pure steel exoskeleton suit. The installation process was agonizing and lasted several hours, but the results were obvious. I felt surging with incredible power. I set out with Spider and 2 of Julio's guys. The Tycoon was about to head back to Elysium. His spacecraft had just taken off when I shot it down with one blast, sending it crashing on the city's outskirts. We rushed to the scene. The Tycoon's robot emerged from the hatch and immediately threw a bomb, blowing one of our guys to pieces. But I was faster. A few explosive rounds blasted the robot into scrap metal. With covering fire from my crew, I ripped the head off another robot. The Tycoon had been hit and was dying. I immediately synced his data, but after the download completed, it was all scrambled code. There was no time to figure it out. Military reinforcements were closing in. The dropship was loaded with elite operatives. Julio's guys were instantly taken out by grenades. Spider got run through by the lead agent while covering my escape. There was no time to grieve. I used the dust storm as cover and got away fast. Though I escaped pursuit, I was covered in wounds and couldn't get far. When I'd run out of options, I remembered my childhood friend Frey. She was a nurse.